In this SciCapture overview, I'm going to give you a quick idea of how you can use SciCapture and SciFusion in accounts payable implementations and invoice processing. So SciCapture is a very easy product to use. On the left-hand side, you've got all your different modules. You can either use a direct connect scanner or you can scan from copiers or receive inbound faxes. So in this example, I'm going to use the full feature set of the product to process some invoices that I've scanned from a copier. So I've scanned in a set of invoices, and as they get processed into the system, we're going to do a few things. So you'll see they come in one by one, and for multi-page invoices with supporting documentation, we'll automatically split using something called classification, where we identify the different vendors and then use that information to figure out where to extract information. So we're going to go through our process here, and SciCapture is going to convert the invoices to text, look at the text, and then extract the data depending on the vendor that it identifies. So in this example, it's going to take a second to go through the recognition engine, and all these different processes can happen in the background as well, depending on how you set the product up. So it's going to go through, clean up the images, classify and identify the vendor, and then automatically extract the information. Now, one of the key steps in the process is something that we call our quality assurance module. And as you're processing these invoices and we're extracting data, we want to present it to you in a nice, pretty spreadsheet layout. So in this example, you can see that I've identified the vendor, or what we call record type, and from that information I can auto extract the invoice number, the date, I can extract the line item information, all the way down. And one of the things that we support is multiple records, which means that we can have multiple line items per invoice. Now this information, as you see it, can be passed on to a document management or content management system. It can also be passed in a data format to your accounting system. So we've got folks that use Great Plains, Microsoft Dynamics, all different types of systems where we pass this information and bring it right in. All right. Now I can finish my process here by clicking Close Batch. And when I do that, there's a few things that are going to happen. I'm actually going to show you our optional approval. So in this example, for project-based accounting companies or companies that have different project managers or general managers that need to approve invoices, we can actually route them into our SciFusion web-based interface. And in Fusion, you've got the ability to log in. Okay. What's going to happen is SciCapture is going to pass. So I've had an accounting clerk do all the initial processing, verify the data extraction. Now the invoices are going to get routed to a web queue. The project manager or general manager can get notified via an email. They log into Fusion and they'll be able to see all the invoices in the queue for approval. So in this example, you can see that I've passed all the extracted data to this particular manager. They can come in here, examine the invoice, make sure all the line items are approved. If they wanted to, they could put notes in here. Okay. I can even have a drop down with different project codes or GL codes that we can assign here as well. Now you can see there's two line items on this invoice. When I click the next arrow, I can see this line item as well. So that multiple record or multiple line item sticks with the invoice as we go through the process. So I can come through and approve this one. And once they're done, they click Save. Once the approval process is done, and it goes right to the next invoice. So in this example, I can zoom in. If I wanted to view in thumbnail, I could do that. So there's lots of things I can do in the interface. All right. And I can go through and quickly approve my invoices. Verify that all the data is correct. And now my queue is clean. So where do those invoices go? They can either get resubmitted back into the SciCapture workflow if there's additional things you'd like your accounts payable folks to do, or they can go right to a data format that your accounts payable system can ingest. All right, so lots of different options. So that's the end of this demo. If you have any questions or you want to see your documents in motion in the products, shoot a note to sales@scigen.com, or you can talk to one of our resellers. Thanks.